Good morning, everyone. Do you see this lovely weather? It's so nice. I'm joking. So today I'm gonna be doing a what I ate in a day video, Nigerian food only and with recipes. And basically it's not breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I don't know how to eat breakfast. It's so hard for me to wake up and even feel the need to eat anything. I just don't feel hungry in the morning. So I'm just gonna be making a brunch thing, then a bit of a snack and some dinner. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and make sure to take down these recipes because of course Nigerian food is delicious and amazing. So let's get straight on with the video. So the first thing we're making is moi moi. So it's normally like eating for breakfast, but we're having it for like brunch. So these are like black eyed peas and they are basically, well, they're a form of beans, and all I did was just like, these are the already peeled ones, but normally you have to peel off the skin, and this one just makes life much easier. So I soaked it up for a bit just so that it can soften up before going into the blender. So while soaking up, I got my veggies together. So I'm adding red onion and some scotch bonnet and bell pepper to just chop up and blend together with the bean mixture to make this really nice paste that I will show you as we proceed with the video. So now we're just going to mix the soaked beans and the chopped vegetables together, and we're going to add some water as we blend just so that the blender doesn't break, and also just to give it a more smooth texture. As we go, you'll notice that the color does often change, but by the time we mix them all together, because obviously the blender is not the biggest, so it will have the color changing thing, different tones. So by the time we mix everything up together later on, you'll see that the color will come out differently. And make sure your blender is really good because some blenders are just not strong enough to crush beans. So this is what the paste looks like, and obviously we'll proceed with the rest. So I'm just adding some palm oil to the mixture and just the necessary seasonings. I'm going to be adding some corned beef and crushed crayfish powder, some Yaji, some maggi cubes, thyme. I'm going to put all the ingredients in the description box, and I'm just adding basic spices. And honestly, when it comes to food like this, I usually just say spice as you like it, but also follow some of the basic ones. You're going to also want to boil some eggs to put by the side. Eggs are one of the best part of moi moi, and I'm not a big fan of eggs myself, but I couldn't skip this part either way. So once you're done peeling your eggs, you're going to want to slice them up into any possible shape you want. So at first I thought I was going to go for the circular shape, but to just make more eggs go round, I just yanked them like that. I just cut them up. So I'm going to be making this moi moi in the oven. Normally it's done in a pot, or some people use a leaf if you search what moi moi is. I'm going to be using the oven method, which is really easy. I put butter by the side, then I obviously just cupcaked it, like how you'd make a cupcake, and that was super easy and not messy in any way except for the butter aspect. So this part was really funny. Normally people put the eggs inside, but I kind of put it on top, and I got made fun of for it because I made it fancy. This is how I steamed it. I used a tray and added some hot water by the side, and basically moi moi is a steamed dish, so it has to absorb the heat from the inside, and that makes it such a great dish. And this was the outcome. It was really delicious and lovely and super yummy. I'll show you it on a plate. Yum yum yum. This was the first meal of the day. It tasted really good, And yeah, I'm having it with some lemonade. And yeah, normally I would sprinkle some yaji, but this was spicy enough for me, because normally when it's not too spicy I don't really enjoy it. All right, let's get started with our next dishes. Our next set of dishes. We're starting with jollof rice. So like I said, I'm not a breakfast person, so it's just gonna be brunch slash lunch and dinner. So first the jollof rice, and first we cut our chicken and season it, and we let it boil. The reason we season the chicken first because we need the stock flavoring, the delicious stock and broth like thing for the jollof rice, which I will show you towards the cooking process. Seasoning is so important. Your chicken has to taste good, okay? You need to put the seasoning. It's so important. So make sure to stir everything up just so the seasoning gets to every single part of the chicken. And this is what your chicken will look like once it's like cooked, or depends on how much you want it to be cooked. So everybody should know that jollof rice is actually a tomatoes, pepper based kind of dish, and I don't really know how to describe it, but jollof rice is a one pot dish, and surprisingly a lot of people don't believe this, but it is actually very easy to make, and you just need to know your seasoning. As I always say, just know your spices, mixing up the tomatoes and blending them up. Obviously this is not a very good tutorial, so if you're learning for the first time, I'm really sorry. I'm not the best at teaching people, and I hope to improve. Make sure to wash your rice, guys. It's very important to wash your rice. If not, people in Gen Z TikTok will kill you. So yeah, so if you've ever made pasta before, like this type of pasta where you just fry up your onions and like cooked your tomato puree and put the tomato sauce and left it to cook, then you can pretty much make jollof rice, because that is kind of what it is. It's like I said, it's a one pot dish, and I'm gonna show you a trick to keeping the flavors even. So fry up your onions, puree, and pour your blended mixture. That was my camera, like phone moving. And yeah, I put all of my seasoning in one tiny little bowl. I mix them up from the scratch, because rather than just pouring it directly into the bowl, just so I don't miss out any important flavor. And this makes it very easy to just even out the flavor and the taste. I started doing this recently, and I realized it made cooking much easier rather than running back to the cupboard and grabbing oh no, I forgot to put this or that. And I will try my best to list out all these ingredients for the people who have never tried jollof rice before and they want to make it. And obviously, if you want to follow my instructions, follow it at your own risk. I'm joking. My recipe is pretty fine. But yeah, I used these stock cubes and added a bit of hot water, which really helped create this amazing paste-like thing. You can also use the same method for chicken if you want to coat your chicken, because like hot water is just really good for like making a paste. Once our tomatoey mixture has been like fried up, we are going to take out 2 scoops and put it in a bowl and keep it to the side. We'll use it later. So this is where we're gonna pour our washed rice in to start the cooking process. So if you guys remember the stock I told you about, make sure to take out your chicken and pour the stock inside the mixture. This is just gonna act as our water to give the rice the flavor that it needs. This is why I emphasized seasoning earlier. So once we've mixed up our stock water, we are going to be adding the seasoning paste that we made earlier. And once we do that, we're going to stir the mixture. And if you feel like we need more spices, feel free to add some. If you feel like you need more water, add some as well. So once you like mix everything up, you're going to use a pot cover to cover it. I don't know why I don't have a clip of myself covering it, but cover it up just so the steam can cook it up for 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure to check it up and until your rice is like has a soft texture and all the water is gone, your jollof rice is ready, which is why it's called a one pot dish. So for our chicken, we're gonna like just put it in a bowl, and if you guys remember the sauce I told you to take out earlier, just pour that onto the chicken. The chicken's already seasoned lol, the chicken's already seasoned, and you can add extra seasoning if you want, like I did, and just stir it up and just put it into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And yeah, that's literally how I sometimes make grilled chicken, to make it taste kind of like jollof rice, but like I think I call this jollof chicken, but it's just another way of making pepper chicken. So I didn't have clips of the chicken in the oven. So with this dish, I'm gonna be making some coleslaw, which is like kind of a salad, but not exactly healthy. That I'm sure you've heard of coleslaw, but this is how like I make my own coleslaw. Credits to where I worked before. At this point, I think I was already getting really exhausted from all the cooking, so I just pretty much just chopped whatever I could and grabbed my mini chopper to do the rest for me. So it blended it really well. I've used it in a previous video to chop up kimchi, and it just cuts the cabbage really well. Obviously, peel your carrot with a peeler and grate it with a cheese grater or a grater. And yeah, so once you're done, just mix it up and add some garlic mayo, any kind of salad cream that you've got. Mix it up and your coleslaw is ready. It's really easy. Yeah. So the last thing I made was puff puff. I haven't made this in so long, but I thought it would be really nice to make this because it's kind of like a special Nigerian pastry. So you're gonna need flour, sugar. I actually put a lot of sugar. It was way too sweet at the end, but don't put too much sugar, please. So flour, sugar. You're gonna need yeast. You're gonna need nutmeg and cinnamon if you want. I always like to add cinnamon to things because it has a nice balance of like flavors. So I basically mixed my yeast with hot water to, actually not hot, but warm water to like make the process faster. And I actually didn't even need to add water at the end of the stuff. So I mixed it up and it made the mixing process much faster. And the reason why it's that color is because of the nutmeg. So you're gonna cover it in foil and put it next to a warm surface just so that it can rise and look, you know, really bubbly. And you're gonna fry it in really hot oil. Please be careful. If you are a little child, please do not do this. Make sure you have adult supervision. And this is how we fry it. And obviously this is not the best looking puff puff, and I just wanted to add it to the touch. Like I said, this is what I ate in a day, the Nigerian edition, and I hope to do more of this video soon. So let me know if you guys actually enjoyed this video. And to my surprise, the puff puff didn't end up that badly. So this was the dish combination from, there was leftover moi moi from this morning or afternoon, chicken, of course jollof rice and coleslaw. It was really delicious and a nice meal that I deserved after working so hard. Guys, do not underestimate your parents, especially your mothers, because cooking is easy but it's also stressful. So thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time. Bye.